Hi, it's Carolyn with Therapy for the Soul, and I'm here with you today for a weekend collective energy reading. And so the intention for this reading is to see what the energies are for May 12th through the 14th. But whenever you come across this video, you can trust that there's probably a message in here that's important for you to hear. So we'll go ahead and get started. As always, it's a collective reading, so take the messages that resonate and disregard the ones that don't. We'll begin with an overall energy for this weekend. All right, so we have two that stuck to my hands here. And it's really very spiritual messages here. And so we have see God in all things. And there's a message on the back of this card, okay? And it says, put yourself in slow motion and observe everything and everyone through the lens of, this is sacred and it speaks to me. How does that change your environment? Your goal, to learn the spiritual practice of seeing God in all things. And our next message actually says, spend the day with God. Okay, so I feel like this is really important, and you can feel into what God means for you, because I know that term can be triggering for some people. So whether it's, seeing the divine in all things, seeing the universe in all things, seeing God in all things. So feel into what meaning you take from this. But the back of this next card says, this is a day for you to spend with God. A day of prayer, a day of silence. Imagine that your entire world is a sacred chapel. Every inch of your life is filled with grace and the presence of the divine. Your goal, to visualize yourself in the company of heaven every minute of the day. Okay, so far I'm getting that it really is time this weekend to slow down, to be present, to really see divinity in all that you do, and to spend time just connecting with your spirituality in a very special and divine way. Okay, and so we're going to go on and get some tarot messages. Like I did in my last reading, I'm going to pull from one tarot deck and then also use a second deck to get clarifiers so that we have some more in-depth messages here. Okay. Okay, so we have here the Eight of Swords, the illusion of entrapment, a lack of self-confidence that makes you feel helpless, being afraid to take action, take responsibility for your life now. And this came through in our reading from the last weekend. And our clarifier, we have the Eight of Summer, the Eight of Cups, the desire for a more meaningful life, realizing it's time to move on, choosing to make major life changes. The next card we have is the Five of Swords, an unwise choice. There's a better way that will make you happier. Avoid people who lack integrity or who have questionable motives. And our clarifier for this is the Princess of Summer, which is the Page of Cups. Gentle, sensitive, kind, and experienced. A new relationship or emotional experience. Invitations to social events. A compassionate friend you can share your concerns with. And then our bottom of the deck, we had Wise Counselor, which is the Hierophant in traditional tarot. Unity with a spiritually minded community. Ask the divine for help and trust the answers will come. Compare traditional methods with new ideas to see which is best for you. And then we had 2 cards that fell out of the deck for the clarifiers for this one here. We have the Prince of Spring, which is the Knight of Wands. Charming, self-confident, passionate, restless, immediate action. A challenge you can successfully manage a passionate relationship. And we have the Chariot. Success that comes from dedication and self-discipline, celebrating your accomplishments, being in the spotlight. So let's put all these messages together and how they relate to seeing God in all things and spending the day with God. I do feel like there's something that's happening in your life that maybe isn't going the way that you would have liked. And there might be this part of you that even just feels like you're trapped, like you don't know how to get out of your situation. And I feel like you're really desiring just maybe more fulfillment, more happiness. You know there is more that's meant for you, but you're just not sure which way to turn or how to go about getting there, okay? And so I feel like that may be some steps that you've taken to try to navigate this for yourself. I feel like they might have come through the ego with our 5 of Swords, and with that really being a lot of the headspace energy. And it might be something that you really thought would make you happy, but there's really a better choice. And I feel like it's something that's more spiritual, okay? And so with this, I feel like our guidance really is going back to connecting with spirituality, with our wise counselor here, because it literally says, ask the divine for help, and then we're being told to spend the day with God, to see God in all things, okay? And so I feel like as you take some time to do this, there's going to be either like something that's going to be moving in your life, or you're going to receive this inspired idea where it's like, oh, this totally makes sense, you know, or this idea of, okay, let me try this. This isn't something I've thought of before, but it's coming through as I'm in this state of like prayer and meditation and connecting with the divine. And so maybe I will just give this a try. And I feel like when you're in this space, it's going to help you move from the space of feeling like you're stuck to feeling like things are moving forward for you, okay? And so this weekend, it's really important to find that time to just be present with the divine. And it can even be telling the divine, I'm feeling stuck. I know that there's I'm meant for more in this lifetime. Which way do I move forward? And listen for the answers that come through, okay? Because as you're really like connected and in tune, you're gonna receive some different ideas. And so just notice if, like throughout the weekend, you get ideas from different people that might come through that maybe the divine is sending your way to share some ideas with you. It might come through dreams. It might be something that feels like it just kind of like comes out of the blue, which is really not out of the blue. It's really from the divine. But sometimes when we're not so focused or overthinking on it, that's when the answers come, right? And so we're going to pull from one final deck for this weekend's reading here. Okay, the sun flew on out to the floor. And it says, a new dawn. The worst is now behind you, and positive new experiences are on the horizon. Okay? And so as you take this weekend to just connect with spirituality, connect with God, with your guardian angels, whomever it might be that you choose to connect with, just know that the space of feeling like you're trapped, it's a mind thing, okay? The mind is looking at the situation as though you're trapped. And so as you quiet your minds, because the mind often generates ideas based on what it already knows, right? And there can be limits to that. And so when we quiet the minds, it opens all sorts of doors for opportunities and ideas to see what path you're meant to go on next. But have solace in the concept that the worst is behind you. Positive new experiences are on the horizon, and I just feel like things are moving forward, and trust in the process. Okay? So these are our messages that we have for this weekend. I hope this reading was helpful. I hope it resonated for you. Thanks for watching and have a beautiful weekend. I'll see you at the next video. All right, bye-bye.